The story you are about to see is based on a world facing extinction at the hands of the undead. It is a world where only the dead survive with ease. It can be dark, brutal, and harrowing at times. Join us as we fight to survive against a never-resting, never-stopping, never-ending enemy.
Hello survivors, and welcome back to Z-Laand, Las Vegas. Season 1, Chapter 3, Fight or Flight, Episode 3. That's a lot. In our last episode, our group decided to leave the safety, or relative safety, of their apartment after receiving a series of videos from me in the game, warning whoever saw the videos to get away from the city, that it was no longer safe, and not just because of the plague. They divvied up the supplies, leaving a few behind to batten down the hatches and hopefully keep a safe haven should they need to return. They packed up what they could, and they hit the road in their individual vehicles, and their first stop is a nearby gas station to look for supplies. Upon pulling up, Mitch saw something that he'd seen once before. He saw some abandoned vehicles, and he saw two vehicles with stains on the inside of the windows, familiar stains, like the ones seen in the parking lot. One of the two cars with the stained windows contains something moving. They pulled up short, just across from the gas station, in order to come up with a game plan. And for the first time, we're going to bring up on Google Maps exactly where our survivors are. Bear with me for 1 second. All right, our survivors are parked up right here with Mitch's car close to the sidewalk and Jesse's car with his driver's door window facing Gabe in the passenger seat of Mitch's car. Here at the gas pumps, the two vehicles with the stains on the windows are the ones actually at the pumps. And there's two vehicles behind each of those in line waiting for the pump. Those ones all have their doors open and are seemingly empty. The gas station itself seems to be untouched. No windows smashed out, nothing seemingly off about it. And this would be the restaurant next to it that they had mentioned. So now I'm going to turn it back over to our party so that they can plan on what their next course of action is.
I did not know that the people that lived behind the gas station had a pool.
He said it somehow in character.
When you see the reflective on someone else's door.
Yeah, clearly.
So, I've never been in the restaurant next door. I have no idea what's in there. It's like a pizza place, like an Italian place.
I thought it was a bar.
Probably a bit of both. We'll call them A, B, C, and F.
Yeah.
But if anything, they're going to have cleaning supplies, which means chemicals, gloves, stuff like that, which is always handy. They're going to have non-perishable food that's supposed to last a long time. This is all considering it hasn't been taken yet. There's some movement in the cars up ahead. If we do this quick and we do this quiet, what's up?
For the gas station, so they don't connect through to each other, we can pull up because there's those two pillars on either side of the door. Block us in to where we get in and out of the vehicle safely without any intrusion elsewhere. We use one of the bungee cords, we can hook it around the door and sit in the car and pull the door open, and if anything comes charging, just go. But that would be the gas station, not the restaurant.
Right.
I mean, that sounds like a larger plan than just from what we can tell. There's one thing in a car.
Yeah. Let's make sure that we're not going to get swarmed just going up to.
Yeah.
We're fine with gas for now. so we don't need to worry about filling up. I will turn off the car, but I'm going to leave the keys in the car. As a matter of fact,
In the ignition or just in the car?
I will leave the key fob. I will take the key fob that locks and unlocks with me, but I will leave the keys themselves in the console. So that, because that and my car locks itself. If it's unlocked and turned off, it'll lock itself.
After so long,
Yeah.
an activity. That would suck. You're like, oh shit, zombies.
Exactly.
Sharp.
Exactly.
So many horror movies that ended just like that.
Exactly.
Why can't I get the keys to work?
Which I would have grabbed my spare car keys that I have here too. I have 3 keys that fit my car. Because people keep locking their keys in their car, and so you got extras made just in case. So I will leave the car there, parked with the key fob. No one has to go with me. I'm just walking to the gas station area and taking a better, closer look. If everything is good, then we can take our next step of moving towards to take a look inside.
I would want to mention before, if I'm allowed, before you left, like you relate this.
Yeah, you're pulled up next to each other. Like your windows down.
I'm like pulling out the key fob right now.
Like right now, I mean, everyone's kind of keeping a lookout, and no one's had to roll perception yet. So far, you're good to kind of come up with a game plan.
All right, so I will move my car closer to that side.
Okay.
Have my back door unlocked.
Okay.
In case you need to make a break for it, just hop in my car. Gabe, I'm sure. Set the car and gun it.
Okay. Okay. So I'll walk across the street and you can kind of like pull
Back
onto
door,
the
yeah.
right side of the street.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have my back door unlocked.
Yeah, so arms and armaments. Where are you currently at?
I've got the leather trench coat,
Okay.
which I showed you between games.
Yep.
I've got my knife. I've got my wooden kendo sword, which is faster, and I do have one of the 2 metal broadswords on the back as well.
Okay.
But I'll have the kendo out because it's lighter, it's faster, takes less effort to swing.
Are you just scouting right now, or do you have a bag of some sorts to get
I
stuff
will-
if the opportunity presents itself?
I will bring an empty bag.
Okay.
But that's 8th thing down the list.
Okay. And I was just, for my mind's eye, like, what do you
Yeah.
have on? Are you the only one going in, or anybody going to join you?
Oh,
So Matt, before you leave the car, pipes up and he kind of looks out of the shotgun and he's like, do you want me to come with, or do you want me to stay here and be on watch?
First step is just the parking lot. That's all I'm doing right now. If there's any sign of more than maybe 1, I'm coming back.
Okay.
Plain and simple. So this is
Can-
fine for just me.
So he says, before you leave, can you roll the window down so I can cover you if need be? So
he has a button on his door.
well, the car was off.
Right.
He turned the car off, so he couldn't power window, right? Okay, perfect. So
Yeah, don't even need to turn it on.
So he rests the shotgun on the window.
Cool.
Good trigger discipline, fingers not near the trigger. You see that it's off safe, so he's ready to go.
Do shotguns have safeties?
Some of them, there's a little push button, push to. Some are just, this here's my safety, sir.
Exactly.
The flat back down stop.
Right. So he's pulling up to the right side, so that pretty much the driveway in without going in.
Yeah.
And I'm walking. I want to first go towards that car that had the movement,
Okay.
as quiet as I can.
Okay, go ahead, Seth.
Three.
Alright, so that's a success. You pass. You do scarce. you don't trip over anything on the way there. So I mean, as quietly as you can. You know, your leather coat isn't super squishy or anything. It's not one of those materials. And it does help kind of dampen your the sounds of your clothes moving and whatnot.
Yeah, I got the leather bandolier and everything under it with the sword.
So you make way to the car, and then so the one with the movement is the one that's pulled into the gas pump closest to you. So the hood is facing towards the direction you came, and you see not like frantic movement. You don't hear anything, no upsetting. You can just tell because every once in a while the car kind of moves a little bit, and you see the back window facing you is the one that's kind of covered, and you see a shape every once in a while moving a little bit.
Any of the doors open?
No, none that you can see. I mean, are you asking, do they open or are they open?
Are they open?
No, not on these cars. No, the one on the other side, like I said, the two that are at the pump are the ones with the stains. There's no movement coming from the other one. This one has a little bit of
Do I hear anything else?
movement. Give me a perception.
Pass.
Well, what did you?
27, so an average.
Iris. So you're used to when you hear these things, you're used to screaming.
Mm-hmm.
And from the ones that you and Jesse encountered, there wasn't really a lot of noise.
Mm-hmm.
You hear moaning. Not constant, but every once in a while you hear kind of muffled like noise
Where?
from the car.
Okay.
It's very muffled.
Okay. But I hear nothing else.
Just the ambient noises you've kind of heard. The occasional like pop, 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 gunfire. The sirens have long died out, but you don't hear any screams. You don't hear any traffic noise, which used to be weird. I mean, 8 hours ago it was weird.
Yeah.
Now you're like, it'd be weird to hear a car.
All right. So. You might get mad at me. I'm going to go ahead and walk towards the door.
Okay. Still moving quietly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No roll. You moved, you paused, you're moving again. Are you going open-handed or you have something wielding?
I've got the.
You're wielding the Kindle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's light. I can, if I need, I can like just
Okay.
pin it to me and do something. I will come. So Gabe mentioned that this place has twin pillars and kind of like a little nook between the wall and the pillars,
Mhm.
as you've seen. I will kind of slide around those, and there should be a window next to the double glass doors
Yeah.
that I can peek in.
Into the store.
Yes.
Eventually or now? Because you were approaching the car.
That's in the gas station, right?
Yeah.
That's in the where all the pumps are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go towards the
Gotcha. Okay. So you want to go towards like the attendee booth or whatever they want to call it.
where the actual store is. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I'll swoop around and kind of like get up to the glass
Okay.
and peek in.
So you peek in and the lights are on, and it doesn't look like anything's wrong. Like it looks like the store. Like the shelves are still stocked. You don't see anybody working there, but nothing looks any different than you would normally, having gone in there frequently to get stuff. Nothing's off the shelves. There's no nothing really. You don't see or hear anything.
Okay.
So how close are you to the car? Like the car with the movement?
If it's at the pumps,
Yeah.
I'd say at most maybe 30 feet. If it's at the furthest pump, no, probably more like 40.
It's about
40 to 50 feet.
Right.
I'll peek in and then I'll like peek around and I can see the cars,
Yeah.
right?
Because they're behind you at this point.
I'll put my back to the glass
Yeah.
of the store or the brick of the building and I'll look out and so I see the two cars.
Yeah.
I see our cars and I should see the car with the move that had the movement.
Yes.
Any changes there?
So in all the other cars, no. And this one, as you look from the back seat, now on the driver's side, a hand comes up, and you see one finger that starts to draw an H, and it comes across, and it kind of starts to trail off. And the hand drops back down below the edge of the window, and it's written in the same kind of in the viscera of the back window.
It's disconcerting. We've got to text the group. Store is unlooted. Thoughts?
So you all get, at various times, but relatively soon, pop, comes up on your phone, you see Mitch's text.
I would text back as,
I'm not going to be surprised if you're mad, considering I moved further than what I told you I was going to. But
I know you too much, too well, that
I mean,
you
you
would have done it regardless.
They would have been able to see you do that.
yeah,
It's not like they're gonna honk at you like, hey, stop.
Yeah.
It's obvious not.
Bah, that was a warning shot.
The next one hits flesh.
I was gonna text back, do you know if the doors make noise when they're open? Anything?
they do.
Um,
They go.
Which is why I said park the car in front of it, where it blocks everything coming this way, and we just run your cord, ding, and you coming? Yep, let's go.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Which I have, out of character, like I have something in mind for that.
Drive the car through the window.
Yeah.
There'll be a warrant ding.
Oh, it will, just once, and never again.
Guys, it fixed the belt.
You suck.
Any other texts?
Probably send.
Well, did you reply?
Yeah, I said back, they do.
I'd probably send. Want us to come to you? I think we should do all of us to help loot, not just splitting us. Period. Smile face.
Everybody go ahead and roll the intuition. Flat intuition.
Nope.
Nope.
No. Ooh.
So
25.
you've been in this gas station frequent enough, right?
No.
Have you ever been in there?
No.
I think he's been there like maybe twice. He just doesn't.
So you're maybe not familiar with this gas station, but I mean, you've been in gas stations. And there's usually at least two entrances. Per fire code, there has to be two entrances. So there's the front door, the customers coming out, and then there's the loading door, the service door at the back.
I would say any easy access to the back.
And so the intuition roll is for you to think of it. But now that he's mentioned it, if you know of a back door to this room, to this building, or where it would be, that's player knowledge.
Don't know where it is. Probably locked and or alarmed.
Most likely because it's all blocked off here with drinks and other stations, probably straight back from the door past the
Yeah.
counter.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Or it's in the restaurant.
Yeah.
But they would have their, it would be, the loading dock would be behind the building, and there would be probably like a central room where you could go into the back of both, is how that would probably be built. Probably. I don't know.
Says it's actually a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see the roof of the restaurant? See if any of that smoke coming out, like if it's like being cooked with the steam coming out?
You see what there is usually there. It could be from the air conditioning unit. It could be moisture cooking off. But you see
The smoke.
smoke or a gaseous substance.
Typical ventilation.
Could be either. But yes, you do see something coming from.
What is the car? I'm gonna text them. Keep an eye on. Insert vague description of car with movement in it here.
So it's a beige Buick Regal, and it's the one closest to them at the pond.
Keep eye on that car. Going to test if there's anyone inside.
So you all get that test. And Matt
There's
says,
a thumbs up from the car for me, but I don't know if you see it, but it doesn't matter.
Matt says to Gabe, like, should he be going alone? I mean, I know he said he's going to book it back here and we can both, but like, what if he gets cornered at the store? And you, the window is,
Yeah.
both the windows are still down, so, and he'll kind of lean up in the front seat and say this to you guys, like, should somebody go with him?
Well, we're spaced out now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now we're spaced
They're
out.
across the street now.
Shut up, Captain!
So I
So
would
he
probably
just says that to Gabe.
Despite whatever they discuss, I'm already be moving. So
What, do I see? You said there's a bunch of cars.
So there's three cars backed up behind the beige Buick Regal closest to you, and there's another two facing the opposite direction, lined up behind the car closest to the gas station.
So there wouldn't really be like a pathway for like a car to get through.
they have that large concrete section in front of the doors.
Yeah.
That you can pull up onto,
Yeah, if you drive slow,
which is what you were talking about.
if you drive slow and carefully, you'll be able to get in there. Your
Yeah.
car's not massive, and they're not like haphazardly. They're like, we're in line for gas. Suddenly my cars are empty for a reason, except for two. It's not like apocalypse, it is, but not like just crammed in there like killing each other for gas.
So I just want to make sure there's a way in and a way to get out.
Yeah. It's like if you were normally just pulling into the gas station, because it's kind of at the corner of the building. The entrance is at the corner, and there's parking here and there's parking here. The gas stations are at a weird angle, but you'd be able to basically go up, kind of up on the sidewalk a little bit if you had to. But there's a clear enough path for you to drive up there, and block goes off like Dave was saying.
So, if this is the building,
Yep.
there are those two pillars,
Yep.
and they have a space. I'm like here.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to, and there's like the bottom parts are like blacked out. Like the bottom parts of the windows have been tinted.
Yeah.
I know that much. It's gonna crouch down and like shimmy along that.
Okay.
Grab the door, so I'll have to like stretch out across the non-tinted door and open it. As soon as I hear the ding ding, I was gonna come around this pillar and like press up to the pillar.
Okay.
So just open it, hear the ding, crab walk my way back to here and just wait.
So you do that, and you can see it. You have not necessarily a clear line of sight because he's behind the pillar, but you see him kind of like Zoidberging his way.
They'd see me at the door, disappear, and then come around the pillar.
Like you'd see snippets of him because you're actively watching. Like you know he's doing his
I am.
thing. Like you're
Like,
intently.
I'm like at the window, like
Exactly. Like, fogging
Fogging
it. Like Jurassic Park
Wipe,
style. Yeah, wipe it
Just clean that.
You get it dirty. So you see him do this, and obviously your windows are up, so you can't hear anything. And from this distance, you wouldn't really hear it ding ding anyways. But you see him reach around, kind of probably behind himself, and yank the door and like shimmy away real quick.
As soon as I heard the ding
Yeah.
ding.
So you do that. Give me a perception, and you're actively listening for noise. So give me plus 25.
61. 9.
Okay. So, kind of like with the unlocking of the cars in the previous episode, like you know you're making noise intentionally, or you're doing things and intentionally listening. So you do. You ding ding. You shuffle back behind the pillar and around out of sight.
And like once I'm behind the pillar, I'll stand
Yeah.
and like
Yeah. You're like waiting, like gonna catch them as they come around the corner. You would expect if something were alerted to that, you'd hear the screams if it's one of the
Screens,
screens,
shuffling,
or shuffling, or
silence.
things being bumped over.
Yeah, anything.
You just hear the door close, and you don't hear anything else.
Since I essentially have like a clear sight also,
Mhm.
when the door opened, can I take a?
You can see into the store without the doors being open. Like it's glass
Yeah,
door. You can
yeah,
see
yeah.
into the store now.
But you did say also that the bottom part was.
It's like the
so-
bottom. It's like half the door.
Yeah, in case anything was like behind the door or like any like
White
like,
trails on the floor.
yeah, trails of blood or anything on the floor
Yeah.
that he wouldn't.
Give me a.
I would be looking too.
So you can both give me a perception roll, but it's going to be at.
A minus.
It is because it's such a quick, and it's such a
Oh,
quick
because
thing.
you let go of the door.
Right. He literally did.
It probably got
this.
like that far open
So you
before.
can do it at a minus 20. Because you did know exactly what he was doing, and you're just watching. You're like, oh, opportunity. Let me look through the door. So
Hey!
Roll the 4.
I failed.
okay. So
69.
you didn't necessarily fail.
I can't believe you got that. Holy shit.
So you see him kind of like she pop out from behind the pillar and reach for the door, but he's not facing the door, which is weird in the first place. And you see him pull the door, and you look through, and you've been in this gas station like once. And it's mostly, as soon as you look in the door, it's mostly just shelves. There's like the monster cabinet and just snacky, licky, chewy bars here and there. And it looks like the inside of a gas station. You don't see anything crazy or anything at all, really, other than just shelves.
So, from what I saw,
I'll text.
I was gonna text him. He's gonna think I'm a douchebag for this. I'm just gonna say it looks clear.
I know, from 40 feet away, all clear, bro. Through a crack in the door this big.
Yeah,
But it gives you a sense of security and hope.
and I get the reference.
Wow.
You said it wasn't clear. Said it looked clear. How's it look now?
It's clear. It's a Riddick movie reference. I'll text the group. No movement, no noise. Only
What would the car have moved extra or anything during this time as
That
well?
ding is not loud enough.
Yeah.
I know. but-
No, it's still just moving a little bit. From your angle earlier, because it was kind of through the other window, you wouldn't have necessarily seen what Mitch saw. The hand.
No, I wouldn't.
Right. So,
no, but I did tell him to keep an eye on the car.
right.
Yeah, but you
So-
didn't tell us any of that.
You haven't seen anything more than the occasional like shadow in the backseat of this car. Like if you're looking through a car with tinted windows and there's like a dog in the backseat or something, you
Right.
kind of see like there's something back there, but I'm not getting any details off of it.
Right.
Like the doors haven't opened, it has rocked back and forth.
Right.
You know that something is still moving around there.
Okay.
I'll text. Don't know if you can get the cars up quietly, but we can try and hit this place.
I can get it close, and if we can get both doors open, someone with better driving skill could reverse back, and we just start throwing shit into the back of the truck vehicle.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. How I hit the 2 pillars. I was gonna try to like back my trunk up,
Why not?
have the trunk open, so just door, trunk.
Yeah. I'm sure the only reason I do have most of the stuff though, so your trunk is probably less full.
Yeah.
So if you're doing that, go ahead and give me a drive check. You're familiar with the car, so plus 15 because you have to angle around a little bit. But this is not to see whether you can back your own car. This is just to see how quickly you can do it safely.
So
You said it was-
before he does this,
Okay.
because we want the doors pretty much open and you backed up into it. I text plan ? And I'm guessing you text back the back car up,
Yeah,
load trunk.
which I would start driving when I got the clear.
I'll text send Chloe. We'll open the doors for you.
I see that. I look up and be like, opens car door.
Are you okay with this?
So
Yeah.
what are you currently carrying? I know you're wearing your leather armor.
Yeah, I'm wearing my leather armor. I have currently on me the broken sword. which
So it's
is-
short sword.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. I have that with me. I would probably have a bag on my shoulder,
Okay.
probably my purse or something, because it'd go around me.
Like a
Something.
messenger bag type thing?
Yeah,
And I've got one of the mini duffel bag things we've got.
yeah. That would be all I would have with me.
What do you have over or under your armor? Like long shirt, hoodie? I mean, it is 103 degrees outside, but are
I
you
would-
just like the leather piece, no sleeves?
No, I would probably have one of my quarter sleeves
Okay. So you're-
on, leggings,
Okay.
probably my ducks.
Gotcha. All right. Just again
Yeah,
for my
yeah.
desire. So you get out and you start to make your way over to the doors and to Mitch. And as you're going by the car with the movement, you hear a thump from the backseat.
That would just make me go faster.
So you don't look at all, you just
No.
go faster? Okay.
It's fear. It would
Okay.
cause fear in me, and I go.
Seeing you approach me,
Mhm.
I can see whatever happened in the car, and I'll get to that. But I motion for you to, go to the other pillar.
Okay, so you're looking at her because she's heading towards you, and you see the car. So next to the H, kind of to the right a little bit, hand comes back up and starts to draw again another letter. There's one vertical, starts back up at the top, kind of at an angle, another one in the middle, another one at the bottom, another vertical line, kind of curves down like an L, and then slowly trails off, but this time falls a lot faster. So in blood is written shakily H-E-L, and only you see this. No one else has seen it.
So make a drive check.
Yeah.
Don't
Again,
another time.
this is just not that you're gonna like. I mean, if you roll 100, yeah, Chloe might have to make a dodge check. But this is just to see how quickly you can kind of angle it, or if you have to do like an Austin Powers.
So plus 15, right?
Austin Powers 100-point turn, which would be entertaining.
Alright.
What's your drive skill?
50.
Oh, 50?
Now.
Oh, with the plus. Okay, I was like, ooh,
I'm
you should
gonna
re-roll.
use a sigil to re-roll that.
That pad,
It was a 93.
not great.
That is a subhuman failure.
It's like tossing the keys to Matt. And good luck.
Even though Matt's not my car.
Well, I guess it'd be a miserable failure because it's 43. Yeah.
Nah, it's just without 15.
No.
Yeah.
Because you didn't use a sigil the first time. So the only time you lose a plus is if you re-roll. Like, for instance, you say, I'm going to use a sigil. That gives you a plus 25. If you still fuck it up, you use another sigil re-roll, you don't get the bonus from the first sigil. So you still get the plus 15. Because that was me.
That's
giving
not how
you-
we've been doing that.
Yeah, you said I don't get the bonus if I use the re-roll.
Yeah.
I'm re-rolling.
It should be the bonus from the sigil. I apologize if I.
Yeah, there's been multiple rolls where we haven't.
I blame the cops, sir.
Okay.
So
You sound the
sorry.
plus 15.
So it's not the plus
If
15?
if you do a reroll, you lose the bonus from the sigil. I apologize if I missed that.
When you go back and watch the episode, you'll see where you did.
Hopefully other people watch it too, and they can tell me that I did things wrong, because that's what the internet is for.
Exactly 50.
So now you get a +1 to your drive skill at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So make sure you've got a +1 for perception, and you've got a +1 for drive.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you got a 50, and that is what your score is, right?
Yeah. With the bonus, yeah.
Yeah. So money, like
Shit.
you're doing like the
I fucking drove and I like turn off the.
Yeah.
I put it on like on neutral and I just turn off the engine. Just
it just
The
literally just
reverse.
roll it on in.
And
Beautiful.
as he's rolling up, I'm grabbing her and we're opening the doors to the store outward because there's no middle bar.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
I've dramatically exited enough times to know there's no middle bars. Yeah, but pretty much I want to open the doors up as much as I can, which they open outward.
Yeah.
For him to just back up, and we just like rest the doors.
It's, I mean, yeah, it's pretty wide. You did really well in the skill check. So, like, having gone through it, your car would not a lot of wiggle room. Like, no one's going to be able to get past your car. You have to go over your car, which is good or bad. But yeah, so you successfully back your car essentially into a gas station.
And you've been in there, you know that there's a decent gap.
Yeah, there's.
Do you think, like, I would lead him in until the doors are maybe, the doors of the gas station are touching the front doors?
Yeah, if
So
you're,
his trunk and back doors are in the store.
yeah, if you're guiding him back and you're
Sound
literally
good?
spotting him back.
So
if
just
you're-
in case, we can still get into the back.
If you're
Yeah.
willing to back up with him, giving one of
Yeah,
these
no,
stop.
no problem.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Absolutely.
Both bags, and I'll pop the trunk open.
And we're gonna hit the store, keep an eye on that car.
Want
And
to text Gabe and Matt to join us?
Uh, can you back the car off to the right of the store in that little parking lot section next to it, near the ice machine?
I cannot back it up, but I can pull it into the parking spot.
Do that.
I'm not gonna make you do a drive check. You're not doing anything crazy. You just drive.
And I will lean a little closer in where Chloe might not be able to hear. Don't say anything about the words written in the car that you're looking at, please.
So, being curious as to what the hell he's talking about, you take a look and you see HEL written in blood in the back seat of the car with the movement. The movement, as you've been kind of watching the car, has at first grown in not necessarily intensity but frequency, i.e., it started to move a lot more once y'all showed up. Since then, it's still moving, but less. And again, the car's not like rocking back and forth. You can just, it's an older car, you can kind of tell something is shifting around it. But it's doing so less and less.
Okay, so I've got my bag, you've got your purse, I'll look to you. I'll text the boys if you guys want to come in and help, grab bags. Not necessary. Keep eyes out if you don't come in.
I'm gonna. Well,
I figured you'd stay there
When
and
you
come
told
back.
me about that, I want to say it was like, watch your words. Before you say that.
Are you two coming in?
He can go out and keep watch.
So sending Matt in.
Now, Matt kind of scrambles. To get in, he's essentially going to have to go like over your car. Or
Yeah.
Go through my
He can
passenger
go in
door.
the
he can go in a window and out the
Well,
back.
he can.
Because the doors are resting against the
Yeah.
door. So he's pretty much, he's
He's gonna have to climb up and just walk over your car.
like he basically, because you pulled up closer, so he gets out with the shotgun and kind of like looks and puts the shotgun back in the car.
Good boy.
Yeah, and reaches in. You see right over his nine blood. You see him doing something like this, and he comes out, puts on the Hello Kitty backpack, not looking super happy about it.
I mean, out of all the bags you could have grabbed, you grabbed that one right now.
It's his back, like the one you guys gave him. He's like, I don't
You
want.
know he would too, because he would be like, "This is my designated backpack."
He's a
I have my
good,
snacks in here.
he's a good boy. He would follow the rules.
He was raised by a good Jewish family.
Exactly.
He was.
So he comes up and he kind of, he's eyeballing, and he climbs up on your hood, and yeah, he's not just like stop, stop, stop. He gets up on the hood and kind of rolls over so his backside's to your windshield. Shimmies his way up. And
Wallet changes scratch.
All of a sudden, like, scooping up and his pants come down and just starts to
You just turn on the fucking windshield. Squirts.
Up his hat.
So none of that happens. No, it would be funny. But this is not a roll. He's literally just climbing over the hood of the car. And he just kind of pushes with his legs.
It's Matt. He weighs 80 pounds
Yeah.
light.
And you,
I can pop my trunk open and launch him over there.
if you've never been inside of the car while somebody's on the roof, it makes like certain like kind of like clunk, clunk, like metal like indent noises without actually denting the roof. You hear that and you hear like as he's pushing himself down. And once he gets through, you see him spin around, kind of slides down the back a little bit, and off.
Just in my hands like, you have to be this edgy.
He's like just backflips off it like ta-da, sticks a 3-point hero landing.
Before we search that, look to my crew, do a sweep, check everything first, then we search. I'm gonna go behind the counter. They have a little room back there. We check that. You two walk the aisles, and then we'll check the back together. Check if you two want to check the aisles and the bathrooms, I'll check behind the counter in that little room in the back.
Okay.
So we'll start with you.
I'll slide over the counter.
So sliding over the counter, you come around the other side, and you don't see it. It's the other side of the counter.
Right.
Cash register's closed, still power, so it's still on. They have the lotto ticket sleeves and everything. All the little like take a penny, leave a penny jars chilling there.
Yeah.
Whole ton of cigarettes and tobacco products behind you. But it's just
Okay.
the other side of the counter.
So, in this place, I know that there's a long, I mean, and you've seen it too, it's like the long stretch, and then I've never been back there, but there looks to be a room of some kind.
So that's where they have like the little kitchen, I assume, because they have
They have like an ice cream bar
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But beyond that, I think that there is like a little, probably like a staff room of some kind. And that's where I'm going to be like creeping along. I am going to keep an eye on the aisles as I'm walking too, just in case they miss anything. But unless I see a person, it don't matter.
So how are you moving? Like aside from sliding over the counter, are you
Quietly.
moving?
Sword still like,
Okay.
they'll probably be more like out.
Okay, so you come up to the corner of the presumably staff room, and you kind of like peek, and you don't see anything. Like there's a table, couple chairs, fridge, coffee machine, microwave. Like I said, staff room. You do see like, a lunch bag on the table, open. You see a sandwich with a bite taken out of it, sitting there. Like, you see a cup of coffee. It looks like somebody was in the middle of their lunch. And it's just all out. Like, it doesn't look old. But, like, the coffee is not steaming or anything. But it's all just out.
And there's nowhere for anything to like hide in this room.
No, looking around, there's cabinets and stuff for, like, cleaning supplies. There's, like, the coffee cabinet, like the, coffee pot donation jar. 50 cents per cup, whatever, $5 a month. There's just cupboard space. There's a fridge, not a huge fridge. It's like a mini fridge, like you'd find in a hotel. And other than that, you don't see anything. So then we'll go to Chloe. Matt says, "Should we split up, or do you want to go down to the aisles together?"
I'd say I'll take.
So I want to say, remembering back, there's like 10 aisles and they go in different directions. So there's aisles like
it's
this,
like
and
line,
there's ones
line.
like this. Right?
No.
They're all
It's all
the
just
same.
Yeah,
line,
it all
line,
just
line,
goes
line,
line, and then the back wall's all the drinks. I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh,
There,
I'm thinking
so
about the
There's
one
a room.
by your workplace.
yeah, so it's all lines, and then on this side there's the door to the back,
Okay.
and on this side there's the door to the bathrooms.
Okay. So then again, he's going to defer to you whether you should stick together. You look over, and he has the frying pan. No one has given him an actual weapon yet, other than a shotgun and a bungee cord slingshot. So, comically enough, little Matt is wielding this massive cast iron skillet frying pan thing, and he's got it like
Yeah.
he's ready to rock.
I'll
Like,
have mine
You
like
mean
this
he's got
too.
like?
yeah, I mean he's
Yeah.
got like resting on his shoulder, but again, he's going to defer to your
It's not
leadership.
because it's just scared.
I'll take this half, the front half. You take the back half.
Okay. So you,
Start at the middle and then I don't know, maybe we should start at the ends and then meet in the middle.
I'm not here, never mind.
Yep.
he's like, I'll start at that end. We'll work our way to the moon.
Okay.
Actually, and he's just kind of like, yeah, well, I'll go that way. And he just, like, in typical Matt fashion, like, doesn't finish his thought, just kind of like wanders off to the other side of the story.
Okay.
And then, so you see him, like, but as he's going, he's like he's like up against the end of the counter. He's like,
Then I didn't see anything in the aisles that I passed.
no. So and
Not
he's
that,
actually,
not that I told them that.
so he's heading away from you. She's heading towards the way you are. Because, like, the counter's here, and the room is at the end
Counter.
that way.
And it's like counter and then I.
Yeah, but
and
the
I
room
like
is at the
walked
end.
along the counter. Yeah.
You didn't see anything, no. But she's.
But I didn't
essentially-
say anything.
Right. She's essentially sweeping that way. Matt is going to start that way, sweeping anything.
Yeah.
You see him kind of like ducking out a couple aisles looking. But as you go along, go ahead and roll me perception. Just flat.
Fail.
Okay.
I got 55.
Out of what's your score?
44.
So you have
11.
a
Not
poor failure.
Not terrible. So,
Just looking at Matt.
she's like,
Yeah.
fucking Matt.
I'm distracted by like some pretty packaging on something. I
The
see
yan yan is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit. Is
Sour
that
Patch
is
Kid
that the
ice cream.
Japanese candy aisle?
Yeah.
See,
It's
you
like
hit-
right there in the front.
So you go up to that and you're like, ooh, that's my favorite. So you grab a bag and you put it in your bag and you're like, fuck it, it's the end of the world. So you just start shoveling, like literally grabbing like the whole thing, just like, and you just fill your bag with yum or whatever you said. But then you continue on. So now your bag is half full of Japanese candy. Good, bad, and different. But you continue on, and this whole time,
It's not perishable though. So.
yeah, way good. You get to survive on shitty candy for like a couple days.
It's like crackers and frosting. Is what it is.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not bad.
The
It's not
cracker
bad.
part is okay.
It's not
I mean,
calories.
frosting sugar.
Yeah, there's a lot of calories in it. But you make your way, and you make it towards the end, just as Mitch is coming out of the break room, because this is all kind of happening at the same time. He went over the counter, and when you and Matt split up, just as
I
he's
see her shoveling yan yan into her bag.
no,
Don't
that
want
would
you
have
to
happened
yell at
like
me.
that would have happened like right away.
I
I mean,
said sweep first.
Go ahead and roll me an intuition check. Just flat.
Please no.
I failed.
Yes, thank you.
By 30.
Okay, so you see her clearing the aisles, and you don't see Matt. You just don't see him. But then you do see him kind of pop out from behind the last row on the end. He throws the thumbs up. And he starts making his way back down the front side of the store, side of the aisles, back towards kind of where we would all converge back to the car.
Okay. Did you check the bathrooms?
I didn't.
She just told me to check the aisles.
You should check the bathrooms. Quietly. Whoever was here recently. I'm going to take a look at the back.
So Matt says, are we staying or are we coming with?
You two check the bathrooms.
We're checking the bathroom.
I'm checking the back.
Or once we're done, do we?
Then come find me.
Okay. Because it's not going to take more than like no, bathroom's clear, but the back room is a mystery. Which could lead to the other restaurant. So
I know it's their freezer section because it's like behind
Yeah.
the drinks, but beyond that.
So Chloe, Matt, and you head towards the bathroom,
Mhm.
and so Matt says, "Which one do you want to check first?"
I check the girls, you check the boys.
He's really hoping to get a peek of that sweet tampon machine.
Those
So this
things,
is what it's like in here.
those things are like emergency bandages, though. To be honest, Like bullet hole.
I've never fucking thought of
Why do you think I
that.
grabbed a bag of cotton balls?
Yeah. Cotton balls and some string. DIY tampons.
I've totally
I
brought
know how
all
to
of my
open
supplies,
registers.
if that
Mhm.
counts.
I'm
I know how
not
to
going to
register.
count tampons. Chloe's out there just like weaving stuff together in the back. Like, I ran out of Tampax. Don't ask. Anywho, so you see Matt. Do you know outside your head, do the doors to the bathrooms open in, open
I'm
out?
going to guess open out, as most bathrooms typically do.
So you see Matt, like,
At least single bathrooms.
he like goes,
I've never been in a bathroom.
he like goes to reach for the door handle, but then he's like, yeah. Transfers still on his shoulder this heavy ass frying pan.
I don't even know if they need a key.
For the sake of he's already opening the door now. He opens it just a crack, and you see him kind of tap the door with his foot. And he opens it all the way, goes in a couple of seconds, comes back out, thumbs up, goes back in, and a little while later he comes back. Like, not the fact that he's in there going to the bathroom, but like 20 seconds goes by and he comes back out. Bigger than his face.
Yeah, I don't fart.
So
I do the same thing to the woman's bathroom. Like the exact same open, look, foot.
you tap, nothing. It's so in his it's just a urinal and a stall. In yours it's gonna be 2 stalls. You can see the doors of both stalls are open. You can see clearly underneath. There's nothing there. There's a sink.
No
Trash
blood or
can.
anything.
No more than normal in a woman's bathroom.
So none. Unless it's on the toilet.
Yeah, gross. Women are gross. No, you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Anyone that wouldn't that is gross.
So Matt says, let's catch up with Matt. So while that's going on, Gabe,
This happened to be the longest 10 minutes of his life.
well, I mean, honestly, you guys have been in there probably only like a few minutes. 'Cause it doesn't take
I'm
that
sure
long.
they're the longest minutes of
Yeah.
Gabe's life.
Oh yeah,
Scope the
you
area,
had to drive.
looking down the where we came from, making sure Stumpy, Concave, and Crawler now is still
So
coming at us.
An hour for later, Crawler is like finally reached the gas station.
just to get hit by your car again and you pull out. So looking down that way, you would have noticed it when you're driving away, the accident. Like it's much further in the distance. You can't really make out any movement from this distance. You kind of see the smoke, the steam from the radiator, whereas it was a little bit more. It was barely visible as you were pulling away. From this distance, you can't see anything.
It'd be only the animal hospital on the corner that we'd be able to see.
Yeah, there's just like a few cars kind of close. You don't see any movement. And you have the window down? Or no?
I have them rolled down, so unless you roll them up.
Yeah,
So
that back.
So you don't hear the telltale signs of the infected or the screamers.
Does he have a picture of me?
And where's Park?
Depends on how far back into the parking lot you parked.
It would
Because you can see most of it. But
It would have been close to the door to where I can still see down the road somewhat. Because if I park further back, all I'm seeing is that wall, a little bit of desert, and not even past too much.
I'm trying to picture the parking lot in my mind's eye. You probably could see them. I think, depending on, like you said, depending how far.
Yeah, I'm also like 90% into
Yeah.
the store.
unless he parked at the back into that little side parking lot, he'd be able to see him fine.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see each other.
Because I'd be like looking back, looking at Gabe, keeping him updated, like they're figuring out.
Words with friends.
So by now, from your vantage point, I think the back window of that car would be obscured by the gas pumps, if I'm picturing it correctly.
Back window of what car?
The one with the writing on it.
The
He should be able to have a clear sight of it. If it's at the pumps, it's right there.
True. So
It's like 60 feet straight.
Okay, so yeah, from his end, from the angle of the doors, yes, absolutely. So, as you're looking back and forth,
Especially if I saw from the pillar.
sure. As you're looking back and forth, like you're kind of going like car, road, game, mirrors, game. You're just kind of scanning, sweeping the area.
Finance at Freddy's.
Grabbing the steering wheel probably like this the entire time.
Just white knuckle. Like, ah. So you sweep past the car and you see HEL, and you're looking around and you look in the rearview mirror and you see Matt and Chloe coming back this way. You've seen them kind of crisscross the store a couple times. You haven't heard anything. Your trunk's open, so you hear whatever snippets of conversation they've had close to the entrance. And you look up and you see Matt and Chloe. Matt with the comically large frying pan over his shoulder. Chloe, a big grin on his face. Chloe, her bag is like half full, so they must have been grabbing some supplies. And she has her short sword, and they're making their way towards. Well, you're not really sure. You're not overly familiar with the thing. You haven't seen Mitch in a while. And when you look back around to the car,
That's something new.
there's a P. It says "help" across the back window.
See, in my head it's like, did they write it from the inside of help and it's just hit?
Boy!
It's okay. That crossed my mind too.
Really?
Yeah.
Dyslexic zombies.
Oh.
Well, it's like, because to you, like, if you wrote, like, help, and if he was facing you on the opposite side, it would say play to him, reading left to right.
Well, let's say I'm not that creative, and they were writing help.
Okay.
And they're just really good at writing backwards when they're bleeding to death, or whatever the case may be.
Oh.
Play.
You're like, why is he concerned about play?
Oh, plague.
Play.
Duh.
You
Oh.
spelled plague wrong, dumbass. There's no
The T is silent.
Stop.
In my head, honestly, I'd be like, if it's in blood, they're hurt, they might have virus. I'm gonna ignore it.
Told you not to say anything.
Well, in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, obviously, I don't know who this person is. I'm gonna trust my people versus this person. And I'm just gonna keep quiet until I just keep looking up.
Again, you have to help me with the mind's eye. Would he have a clear shot of that window? Because he's around the corner a little bit. And I'm only asking if you would.
I would honestly say yeah.
Yeah, I would say
Just
that.
would have
just
a clear
with-
shot, aside from the fact that the blood smeared on the back window.
No, they're reading it in the blood.
Oh no, I'm not talking about his car, from where he hit Stumpy.
The blood smeared on the car.
Because he didn't back in. He'd have to look at it through the rear mirror. Or through the
car
side.
showed blood covering it.
Well,
He said he wasn't going to back up.
So-
He pulled in. So if Jesse's car is like this,
Yeah.
he's pulled in like this.
We were facing each other.
So the blood, just so we're all picturing it, the blood from Stumpy is over the passenger side of his.
right.
Yeah,
back
we runs
window.
car, but when he
And the
backed
back, right? The back is kind of like splat up on just the back window.
Yeah.
And maybe like a little bit on the fenders.
Right. So if he was looking, the only way he'd see that is looking through like the side view mirror or looking out, and then it would say play.
He's like, this is so confusing.
But because of that, I want to go and at least grab a little windshield cleaner.
Okay.
The back window off so we have a little more visibility. So I would see that, but I'm like, oh.
So this is the car that you know has been like moving.
There should be. So if that's like at that one, if it was the closer, there's of course like a closer pump for him to grab.
Yeah. And the other car with the stains, there's the every once in a while there's movement, but it has not been any more than just the occasional like shift.
Gotta clean my windshield.
Yeah,
I appreciate
having visibility helps.
I appreciate it.
I'll clean off
She
all
has
the windows.
windshield.
I'm grabbing a lot of stuff.
A lot
So-
of
On the inside,
Yes.
as Jesse is ignoring the plea for help or play,
A plan for help.
Gabe is just trying to raise $5. He's cleaning the windshield.
Okay, it's empty.
Chloe and Matt are sleeping in the bathrooms. You make your way towards the door that leads to the bathroom.
Yes. Does the door open in or out?
This one would open in, so they could lock it from that side as a staff or a storage type thing. Probably the room, I would have a lock on this side as well, but a deadbolt on the other side because it's the room where they have the beer and the things like that. That people would be more apt to try to steal. So it would open in.
Okay. I'll just turn the handle without opening the door. Is it locked?
No. Do you want it to be locked? I can change it. If there's an alarm. No. Okay. No. The handle turns freely in your hand. There's no resistance.
It's one of those where you just turn the handle, but it's still locked.
Yeah.
It just keeps turning. You're like, why?
I'll slowly open.
It screws the door up.
So I want to open enough to slide my hand in and feel the door on the other side. Is there like one of the turn locks on the door, or is it more like need a key or a deadbolt like
There's
this?
a deadbolt. You can feel. It's not just like this. It's more the industrial.
So
you
there's
feel-
no like on the door knob
No,
lock.
you feel the deadbolt, and you feel up a little higher. You feel like the kind of, but it's the one in like a hotel where it's the swing bar that goes across. So if you try to open it, it only opens so far. But you feel that it's not engaged. You just feel like the knob and the little hook part.
Okay. I'll open it so that we can peek in.
All right, you start to open the door, and it stops against something after about 1.5 feet of movement. And you see that back here, the lights are off. Like, you look up, the lights are off, but there's light coming from somewhere.
It might be coming through the.
There, you can tell some of it is coming through from this, because you can see how like the glow is on this, but there is also coming from us, the side, a form of light. And looking down, you see a leg. You see specifically from about the calf down with a shoe, a pool of blood, which is what the door came up to rest against.
Slowly close the door. They're coming towards me, right?
Yes.
Like to you two, grab me one of the bungee cords out of Jesse's car.
Okay.
And I do not let go of that door.
Give me. Well, you give perception. You told her to go grab it, so I'll have Matt roll perception. Fuck. Matt just looks at you. What's going on?
I fell by 4.
So you, having opened it and closed it, you don't hear anything. You can't hear a response from the inside.
Blood on the other side. There's blood on the other side of the door. There's a leg and there's light. I'm not even gonna risk it. There has to be like a bar or wood paneling on the wall, something across the way. Chloe's gonna grab the bungee cord. We're gonna bungee this door closed, call it a lost cord. We'll grab everything and go. Don't need whatever's back there.
Matt kind of looks around, and he looks over to, it's like one of the storage bins where they throw like, today's special is 2 for $5, whatever, Micanites, and it's on wheels. It was pretty big around, so he pushes that over to you, and you can see that it's like big enough that it's wider than the door. And he's like, I think if we loop it through here back the door, like if they pull, they're gonna have to pull this and it won't go through the door.
Sounds good.
So you do that. Once Chloe comes back, you're in there, you're looking around, you see Gabe cleaning the car.
I put bungee cord, like the supplies I did put in your car would have been in the trunk. So
Okay.
So you see Chloe coming up towards the trunk.
bungee cord.
Opens truck, throws candy in there. That's fucking cool.
That was already in there, I swear.
Grab bungee cord in invisible sight, which it should be from what everyone said. Run back.
So you quickly look because you know which bags are Mitch's, and you find the bungee cord, and you bring it back.
Okay. Once the door is secure, look to you two. Water first. Grab the big jugs. What?
Nothing. Nothing.
It's almost 1 a.m. and you said grab the big jugs. We're all thinking it. She's just the only one that giggled.
Oh, I was just thinking about ice cream.
I guess we weren't all thinking it. Maybe it was
And here I'm like,
I'm
yeah,
listening,
obviously
I
got the gallon of
know.
water.
That's
First.
not insane. I get sugar sensitive.
Water first. The aisle closest to us is full of like Denny Moore canned dumplings and shit. Like
Yeah.
all of that. That's non-perishable cans. Like all of that. I'm gonna grab a couple little nice things for us.
Soda?
So I'll get all like the beef jerky cans, ramen.
Any
Water.
cans, any boxes, any.
There are first aid stuff in that first aisle with like the nail clippers and shit like that.
Like focus on food and water. I'll grab everything else.
Alright,
Big jugs of food, cans, go.
So the way we do scavenging typically is one person rolls luck to find out the lucrative level of the area, but it's a fully stocked gas station. So what I'll have is Mitch, you're gonna roll scavenging, you're gonna roll luck for the niceties that you mentioned. Chloe's gonna roll luck for non-perishables. Matt's gonna roll luck for first aid items.
Okay.
But because this is a fully stocked place, I'm going to give everybody a plus 40 to their luck rolls.
Oh yeah.
How's that window cleaning going?
I wish I
By this
was
point,
pregnant.
it's clean.
I would've
You,
been a queen.
like, you're
I'm
cleaning
washing
it.
the car.
Yeah, you're cleaning it, and when you go to flick it off, it's like blood, gore, and like body parts coming out the thing.
Ew, gray matter.
Pass.
Pass.
But how well did you pass?
Mediocre.
Number,
15.
okay, 15.
I got a 50, so good.
And Matt got a 30 on medical supplies. So he goes up and down the aisle, and you hear him kind of rummaging through some stuff. You're grabbing canned goods, things that you know is going to last. And with a 50, you would be able to fit a lot, but your bag is half full of candy. So unless,
I'm carrying things in my arms, and I'm going back to the trunk and just bleh,
okay,
bleh.
so you make a couple of trips. I would say in the time that you have to scavenge, or in the time that you're scavenging, you get about, let's call it 30 non-perishables, because you're talking like cans of soup, things of that nature, things that like you eat a can of soup, that is a meal for you for the day. Bags of beef jerky, that type of stuff, things that are going to sustain you.
Yeah. They have a crap ton of the bags of like the
Yeah.
alien beef jerky.
Yeah, they have a fuck ton of it.
So we'll
Yeah.
go ahead and we'll say
Alien beef
for
jerky.
non-perishables gives you 30, so that is 70 total for now. Mitch, you're grabbing. We'll consider yours to be
Luxury goods.
luxury goods.
So perishable food.
Okay, but just
Like I was gonna grab things like
what you know people like.
so other than like I'll probably grab some like 12 packs of soda, but that'll be last for me to carry in my hands. They of course being a gas station, they have one of those like cabinets that's full of like the hard-boiled eggs, the chicken sandwiches, the deli meat sandwiches. Like I'm just gonna grab a bunch of those, maybe a couple donuts. Like wrapped up in a bag.
And the power's still on, so like the stuff is still.
So it should still be all good. And like just some of that stuff, like not necessarily stuff we need, but some nice stuff. And I was going to hit up the back and check their cleaning supplies.
Okay.
What I'm mainly looking for is a pair of gloves, like the boxing gloves. That's it.
So Excuse me. All right, so for your 15, we'll give you another. Let's say because you're grabbing like larger things like 12 packs of Coke and just kind of
I
shuffling
think
stuff.
that'll be like the last thing.
We'll say we'll go 15 food supplies, and we'll consider that to be another 10 water. So 85 food and 39 water. Go ahead and change that.
Also, after I'm done getting all the perishables, I would, other than grabbing water as well, like actual water, I would dump out my purse of all the Japanese snacks in the trunk to get more of all the different types of cookies and candies they have.
So we'll give you another. I'll give you another 5 food because like it's candy. So it's
Can
not.
it just be my personal stash?
Yeah, you don't have to share. It's food.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh,
So
until we
Don't
find
even-
out.
so give me an investigate. You're looking for something specific, so and you're looking in any supply closet. So give it investigate plus 20.
With 20, it's 55. I rolled a 51, so a great
Very
success.
nice. So you find a whole box of the latex, not the surgical ones, but like the. You ever seen when like food services they wear like the thicker black ones? Like
Mhm.
those.
That we use at work.
It's
Yep.
specifically for using like varnishes and cleaning and
Cool.
So you
Alright.
find the whole box. It says it's a box of 100. You don't know how many's in there, but it feels at least half full. So you can say there's without counting, there's probably at least 40 or 50 pairs of gloves. Also, in the back, you find two bottles of bleach. You find like the big ones, like the ones you buy for a store. You find a bottle of multi-purpose cleaner, and other various percolator. But those things specifically cleaning chemicals, like 2 things of bleach, 1 thing of multi-purpose.
All right with me.
All right, so you shuffle that all back. Chloe comes on back to the car, off with her goods. Matt comes back, and you see his bag is quite full. And he comes back and he's like, I just grabbed what I thought we could use up on the mountain. Like I got a couple first aid kits, I got like tweezers, I got some fingernail clippers. Like I grabbed just Tylenol, stuff like that, and I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff in the bag. And so he offloads his stuff, and he starts to climb back over. He's like, are we done?
I'm gonna wait until Mitch comes back.
Well, everyone's back.
Once everyone's done.
Yeah.
Because by this point, with all the food you're chucking in there, like his trunk is starting to get full.
Yeah.
Like it's full. So, like Matt said, what are we doing? What's the plan?
Yeah, let's go.
So, he goes, same vehicles as before. What are we doing? Do I climb back over?
Yeah.
Chloe, go ahead and hop in the back. Matt and I are gonna hold the door open so there's no scraping of Jesse pulling out. And once he's cleared, we'll get back in the car and go.
So Matt nods. He opens the back door and puts his frying pan in the back door. And
He's gonna regret that.
you can't do both. So he's holding the one door, you're holding the other door. Chloe's in the back seat, so essentially you have the go ahead.
Go ahead and start. Just go around where Gabe parked the car.
So he'd be going left to the road right there.
So they
But I won't. I'll be like right there, right next to the car.
right. You're still like parked up against the building.
Oh, next to Gabe.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's in a spot, you're in a spot next to him.
Yeah.
So they do that.
I'll hop in the driver's side.
So as you're going to your car, you hear it immediately comes to your senses because it's the first thing you've heard in a while other than your own car. You hear the deep throaty sound of American muscle. it's some sort of like a bassy car, and it's coming from the direction you came from, and it is moving like with a purpose. Like you hear it fast approaching. Because the first thing you heard was screech, like a burnout, and then acceleration coming your way. This is as you're walking to your vehicle, which is not parked outside.
I'll say with a bit louder, get down.
So Matt just ducks.
Yeah, so I get in the car
You
and just
finished. You're back in the car if you wanted to be, unless you want to keep cleaning the rest of the car like Zoolander style. Gas bike.
yeah, just get in the car and like
Alright. So, are you all just completely hiding out of sight, or is anybody looking what's happening?
just hide out of sight for me.
Make sure I'll turn off the car so the lights go out and everything.
Alright. So you're basically just parked up. You hear this, and Matt's in your car, in the back seat. The windows are down.
No, Matt's with me. She's in the backseat.
Yeah.
Right.
Frying pan.
Right. Matt's in your car, and
He's in the backseat of mine, like laying down.
and you hear this. It's getting closer, and in the last minute, like Matt just peeks an eye up. You hear it go by you. Matt ducks his head back down, and you hear this loud impact. And you know at the end of this road is a T intersection. So you heard just like extreme acceleration, extreme speed, vroom. And you kind of know in your mind's eye it follows the road up, and you hear this bam, smash, just loud, booming impact.
As fast as he was going, he'd go probably over that median down the hill on the other side.
Right. So Matt says, "Holy shit! I don't know how that guy was driving with somebody he was being attacked. Like I saw blood. There was something in the car with him, but he was still driving. Like I don't know what. Should we go see what happened?"
If he was already being attacked, probably not a good idea. And now we definitely don't know what the state of the vehicle's in.
No. Buckle up.
Just say rip muscle car.
So Matt buckles up. Everybody buckles up.
I would get into the front seat, crawl,
I'll
buckle up.
look over to you. We're gonna go through that fence onto the highway. Follow me, and you should be fine. We're gonna hit the highway straight up.
So you're gonna go up the gas station to the left.
Yeah.
Like the
So
fence you pointed out to me earlier.
Yeah, you know how there's a walls right there, so you get up, further down is the fence, and further down is the fence. Just do it until the
yeah,
highway.
it'll lead onto like the feeder road that leads to the 215. So it'll be like fence, dirt, highway, dirt, or like feeder road to the 215. It'll be fence, dirt, feeder, dirt, actual road. But there's just like little dips.
So you get to the road, look left, look right, standard procedure. You accelerate out and you turn left, heading to where you know you can easily kind of go through the fence, especially in an SUV,
Yeah.
to the feeder road. And as you're coming towards it, from where you lived, and several other gates come 5, 10, 20, sprinting. From across the highway, you see movement coming your way. From down the road, you see coming your way another large group. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Of course. So,
Other way.
until the next time we meet, stay alive.